class physical science first unit, matter around us. In that matter around us, we already discussed regarding what is meant by matter, what is meant by non-matter, what are the examples of matter, what are the examples of non-matter, and what are the various states of matter, or what are the various types of states of matter, and what are the various properties of matter, and how they vary in different states of matter. The solids, liquids, gases, how all these properties are varying in their states. We are discussed regarding shape and size. We discuss regarding intermolecular space and discuss regarding intermolecular attraction, and also discuss regarding volume, volume, mass, and diffusion, and various types of diffusion, diffusion of solids in solids, diffusion of solids in liquids, diffusion of liquids in liquids, diffusion of gases in liquids, diffusion of gases in gases, and at last compressibility property also we discussed, and their daily life applications. Now let us reach a point where how the state of change of matter will take place. How the state of change of matter will take place. Suppose if you take ice cubes from fridge to place in a juice. Nowadays in Corona period, nowadays in Corona period, we should not go for cool juices. But now, if you place ice cubes in juice, now what will happen? Those ice cube will convert into water, and if that water, if you heat, that water will be evaporated. That means ice cube consists of water which is in solid state. Similarly, water is a liquid which is a liquid state, and the composition is water. Next, vapor is in a gaseous state which is a composition of water only. That means same composition existing in different states. That means one state of matter will change to other state of matter. How? That we have to discuss. Now, how the state of change of matter takes place. How the state of change of matter takes place. From solid state to liquid state, from liquid state to gaseous state, or from gaseous state to liquid state, and from liquid state to solid state. How the change of state of matter will take place. Now, let us take one activity. Let us discuss in the activity wise all the state of change of matter. Let me take one beaker. In that beaker, we will fill with ice cubes. Ice cubes, not the ice circles, just ice cubes we will fill here. We will going on fill ice cubes. Next, with the help of a one retort stand and one support stand, with the help of a one clamp, we will place one thermometer. What is a thermometer? Which is useful to measure temperature of a body, which consists of mercury bulb. It consists of mercury bulb. That mercury bulb dipped in ice cubes. Then the mercury present in this thermometer. This is a thermometer. Thermometer device which is used to measure the temperature of a body. Any object. What is this? It's a beaker. It's a beaker. Now, what are these? Ice cubes. Ice cubes. What is this? Mercury bulb. Mercury bulb of thermometer. Now, slowly you have to heat this beaker with the help of one spirit lamp, or with the help of a Bunsen burner. Bunsen burner, or the help of a spirit lamp will going on burn. So this, let us think, spirit lamp, which will give flame with the help of a burning of spirit lamp. Then now, when you go supplying heat, these ice cubes will gain heat energy. That ice cubes will gain heat energy. When these ice cubes gain heat energy, then what will happen? That ice cubes kinetic energy increases. The ice cubes kinetic energy increases. When that ice cubes kinetic energy means the molecules present in ice cubes kinetic energy increases, they start moving apart from each other. They start moving from apart from each other. Now, when you are going on supplying heat, let us assume that starting temperature is 10 degrees. How much you are to assume? Minus 10 degrees temperature. Minus 10 degrees Celsius temperature. Let us assume that. Now, when you going on increasing, the temperature going on increases to -5, -2, -1, and 0. It reaches to 0, not minus, just 0. Whenever the temperature reaches to 0 degrees, even though we are going on supplying heat, these the thermometer mercury reading won't increases, it won't raises. Why it won't raises now? Whether we stopped heating? No, they are going on heating only. They are supplying heat. Even though we are supplying heat, why the thermometer temperature, why thermometer is showing raising temperature level, mercury level, why it is not raising? Why the mercury level will be steady at 0 degrees Celsius only? If you observe keenly, these ice cubes starts converting into liquid. They starts converting into liquid. That means, in this case, the amount of heat, whatever the amount of heat we are supplying, that amount of heat will be utilized by these ice cubes to convert into liquid. That process, which a solid phase or the solid state will convert into liquid state without raising temperature or at constant temperature, that process we'll call it as a melting. What is it? Melting. So, what is meant by melting? The process of conversion of solid state to liquid state without raising temperature or a constant temperature. That process is called melting. And at what temperature this ice cube starts melting, that temperature point is known as melting point of ice cubes. Melting point of ice cubes. At what temperature this ice cube starts melting? 0 degrees Celsius. So this is the melting point of ice cubes. Melting point of ice cubes. Now, once this total ice cubes converts into water, up till then this temperature will maintain 0 degrees only. Once the total ice cubes converts into water, again now temperature starts slowly increasing. Now how long, up to what level it increases? Now the temperature increases from 0 to 10, 10 to 50, 50 to 100. Once it reaches to 100, what will happen? Again, thermometer level, the temperature level will maintain same. It won't increase. Whether it stopped heating? No. We are going on supplying heating only. Now again, what happened to thermometer? Why the temperature level is not increasing? Why the mercury level not rising? Even though we are supplying heat. Why means, in this case, now the total amount of heat, whatever we are supplying, that is utilized by the liquid water to convert into water vapor. Water vapor. So that process of conversion of liquid state to gaseous state without raising temperature, without increasing temperature, at a constant temperature, that process we will call boiling. What is it? Boiling. At what temperature this water starts boil? 100 degrees Celsius. This 100 degrees Celsius is known as boiling point of water. Boiling point of water. So, in that way, we have a process of conversion of solid state to liquid state. That process will without changing temperature or without raising temperature. That process we will call melting, and the particular temperature or the constant temperature at which this solid state will convert into liquid state, we will call it as a melting point. And the process of conversion of liquid state into gaseous state without raising temperature or without increasing temperature at constant temperature, that particular process you call boiling. And the temperature at which that liquid converts into gas, that temperature you will call boiling point of that liquid. Here we took here ice cubes, solid. So solid state, solid melting, ice cube melting point is 0 and water melting boiling point is 100 degrees. The temperature won't be same for all liquids and boiling point won't be same for all liquids and melting point won't be same for all solids. In that way, we have process of conversion of solid state to liquid and liquid state to gases. Now, here I said that certain amount of heat was utilized by the solid ice cubes to convert into liquids. Now, we will in the duration of time, whether we stop at this heating? No. If you are going on heating, then where that heat hidden? Somewhere that heat hidden. The amount of heat which hidden or which was utilized by these ice cubes to convert into liquid water, that amount of heat will be called as latent heat of fusion. What say? Latent heat of fusion. Latent means hidden. Since that heat is hiding without what you call passing to thermometer mercury, that's why that amount of heat we will call it as latent heat of fusion. Next, after total conversion of solid ice cubes to liquid water, and the temperature will increase from 0 to 100 degrees. Once it reaches to 100 degrees, again that amount of heat whatever is supplied, again it will be hidden, it will hide. And what do you call that amount of heat? That amount of heat utilized by liquid to convert into gas will called as latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. In that way, the process of conversion of solid to liquid, liquid to gas will call melting and boiling. And this particular temperatures will call it as melting point and boiling point. Now, don't allow this water vapor to escape simply. Let us allow this water vapor to pipe and collect in a big container. That means let us close this beaker, and whenever what we call the water vapor will move, let us give one outlet with the help of a pipe and what we call collect in a container and slowly cool that water vapor. And what you can able to observe, when the water vapor means when the water boils at 100 degrees, when it converts into vapor, when it slowly cools below 100 degrees, it starts converting into liquid. It starts converting into liquid. So that process is called as condensation. The process of conversion of vapor, gaseous vapor into liquid state will called as condensation. What do you say? Condensation. Condensation. Because of this condensation only, rainfalls occur. Where water vapor will evaporate. Evaporation is different from boiling, that we will discuss next time. So when water will evaporate and what we call forms cloud and forms as a what we call water vapor, and then one will slowly cool and condense, convert into water. Now if you collect that water and if you going on decrease temperature still minus degrees Celsius, that means if you keep it in fridge, deep fridge, then its temperature still decreases. Now, whenever its temperature decreases below zero, then it will convert into solid state. So the process of conversion of liquid to solid, we'll call it as a freezing. What do you call? Freezing. So that particular temperature where solid, this liquid will convert into solid, we will call it as freezing point. What is it? Freezing point, and that process we will call freezing. So what is the freezing point of liquid water? 0 degrees. What is the melting point of ice? 0 degrees. What is the condensation point of water? Water, this gases, water or water vapor, 100 degrees. What is the boiling point of water? 100 degrees. In that way, the one state of matter can change to other state of matter by gaining heat or by losing heat. If it gains heat, well, it will convert from solid to liquid, liquid to gas. By losing heat, it will convert from gases to liquid, liquid to solid. In that way, one change of one state of matter can change to other state. Now the question arises, how come it changed? Whenever we supplied heat, the molecules of ice, means molecules of water which are in void state, starts gaining heat. As a result, they gain kinetic energy. When they gain kinetic energy, their velocity will increase and they start moving apart from each other. When they start moving apart from each other, the tight compact nature to loosely packed nature they will acquire. That's why that solid will convert into liquid. Still, if you going on supply heat, the molecules of liquid will gain more amount of heat energy. As a result, their kinetic energy will increase heavily. As a result, they are free to move. Then from loosely packing nature to freely packing nature, they will reach. As a result, they convert into gaseous vapor. Now, when you start cooling that gaseous vapor, they start losing heat. When they start losing heat, when they lose heat, they start contracting each other. So from freely state to packing nature to from freely packing nature to loosely packing nature, they will reach. And still, if you freeze, they will total heat it will be taken out. As a result, its kinetic energy totally decreases. Then that energy will convert into potential energy. That's why from loosely packing nature to compactly packing nature, they can reach. In that way, one state of matter will change to other state of matter. In that way, we have melting point, boiling point, what we call condensation, and freezing. Melting point of ice is 0, boiling point of water is 100, condensation point of water vapor is 100, freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. In that way, one state of matter can change to other state of matter. So once we go through. Now, and already we discussed that here the amount of heat utilized by ice cubes to convert into liquid water without raising temperature, that heat we will call it as latent heat of fusion, and the amount of heat utilized by this liquid water to convert into gas we will call it as latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Now, let us differentiate between boiling and evaporation. Now, what is meant by evaporation? Evaporation is also process of conversion of liquid to gases, but at any temperature. Here, boiling means the process of conversion of liquid to gases at a particular temperature, at a constant temperature. Whereas evaporation means it can take place at any temperature, not only a particular temperature. Suppose if you dry our clothes, what to call on our what by placing on the rope or a thread, what will happen? Whether they are boiling or they are evaporating, the water which is present will on the water that dry wet cloths will evaporate, slowly evaporate. So evaporation is also a process of conversion of liquid to gases, liquid to vapor, without depending upon temperature. Means depending upon temperature, not in a particular temperature, at any temperature. So evaporation is nothing but escaping of molecules from its layer. So now let us discuss clearly elaborately what is meant by evaporation and how it will be different from boiling. So evaporation means escaping of molecules from its layer at any temperature, which depends upon various factors like temperature, like pressure, like humidity, like wind speed, etc. Now, evaporation. Evaporation. It's not operation, it's evaporation. What is meant by evaporation? Now, let us discuss. See, this is a what we have what we call ocean water or sea water or let us take river water. Mostly the water will evaporate from the ocean water. Then what will happen? See, we have many layers of water in ocean water and sea water, any water. Then the water layer which is just nearby the ground. Suppose this is the water layer which is nearby the ground. Means the depth of the sea water. This will be experienced a huge pressure. Why it will experience a huge pressure? Because from bottom, the ground is going on applying, exerting pressure. And from upper layers, they are going on exerting pressure. As a result, these water molecules or these liquid molecules starts gaining heat. When they start gaining heat, then their kinetic energy increases. When their kinetic energy increases, then these water molecules will move apart, means they will come forward, means above the sea level, sorry, above level layer, and other layer will go down. Like that, you see heat will transfer from one layer to other layer, other layer to other layer, other layer to other layer, other layer to top layer. Then from sun rays will fall directly on the top layer of water or top layer of liquid. Then from what you call sun, this layer is gaining heat, and from bottom also this layer is gaining heat. So at certain instant of time, whenever these molecules gain sufficient heat, then their kinetic energy will increase a lot. When their kinetic energy increases heavily, then they will escape from this layer and go and mix in the atmosphere. This process you will call evaporation. Evaporation. So simply, evaporation is a process of escaping of molecules from its layer. So it can take place at any temperature. It is a slow process. Boiling is a fast process. At a particular temperature only it takes place. Whereas evaporation is a slow process. It can take place at any temperature. So once this now, that means what is now evaporation? Escaping of molecules from its layer. We'll call it as evaporation at any temperature. That's why it is a slow process we can call. Now, once it evaporates, this evaporation will be depends upon mainly three factors. Number one, temperature. Temperature. Number two, how it depends upon temperature, we'll discuss. If temperature is very high, this layer will gain heat fastly. When this layer gains heat energy fastly, its kinetic energy increases fastly. When its kinetic energy increases fastly, then what will happen? It starts escaping from the layer quickly. That's why whatever it can escape fastly. So evaporation will be faster when the temperature is high. Next, second factor is Wind speed. Wind speed. Now, when these molecules or water molecules gain heat fastly, and when they are escaping in their what we call way of escaping, they may come across many molecules which they are going on hitting. If this wind speed is more, they will escape from this place fastly and they will move away from this spot. That's why if wind speed is far high, then evaporation will be faster. A third factor we will call humidity. Humidity. What is humidity? Humidity means the amount of water present in air. If a amount of water present in air is more, then what will happen? This whenever these layers are going on escaping, they will come what we call collision with these water molecules. As a result of collision, these molecules and that molecules will lose heat energy, then they lose kinetic energy. When they lose kinetic energy, then they can't escape quickly and they may reconvert into liquid and again they will fall here. That's why evaporation won't take place fastly when it is a humid day. That's why clothes won't dry in winter season and in rainy season compared to summer season. Next one is surface area. Base area. What is a base area? What is a base area means? Now, as seawater is spread totally heavily and base area will be more, and if the base area is more, as many as what we call water molecules will gain heat fastly, then they can able to escape. Let us discuss with this one small experiment. I will take 10 ml of water and pour in a plate, and I will take same 10 ml of water in a bottle. In a bottle, and both will be exposed to sun. From which container? Now let us say this is a bottle B, this is a dish or a what we call plate C. From which bottle? From which container evaporation takes place quickly? From plate, evaporation takes place quickly. Why? Because base area is more. As large as base area, evaporation will be faster. Where evaporation is a slow process, depends on temperature, that is proportional to wind speed, humidity, and yeah. Now, on floor, if water is present, what we will try to do? We'll try to increase the fan speed and they will try to spread that water on the floor heavily. We will try to spread. As a result, base surface area will be increased and wind speed increases and spread quickly. In that way, there is a difference between evaporation and boiling. Thank you.